They do have ult here.
In.
Yeah, they're
gonna
ult.
be a burst, and they're gonna try and overwhelm towards the southern side. It's great for nobody. There's no way. There's no way. He's done this. Nobody goes above and beyond. And leaves Loud in pieces on the ground.
So today, of course, there is only one game to talk about, and that is EDG defeating Loud and knocking Loud out of the tournament without even winning a game. And we're going to take a look at the second map here, Fracture, and we're going to just take a look at ED's attack side, where they managed to win a lot of rounds, despite even losing the pistol round. It's kind of a dominant half for EDG to ultimately win this game. And we're going to start off with round 16, which is the first full buy round for both sides. Now, what's going to happen here in this round is Loud are going to go for this triple stack here towards Dish, and they're actually going to kind of do a kind of delayed push out, where they will manage to catch Nobody out in just a second, and EDG are going to send, you know, the majority of their pressure towards this B site. So as we run this round forward just here, what we'll see is, let's first focus on this with Nobody up here. So you see, you're just checking around, the knife comes in here, and then he's actually going to send in this flash just here as well, right? So he flashes down here, and he sees someone, right? And he's probably feeling like, yeah, you know, there's someone there, whatever, right? And they were having Nobody be kind of somewhat on his own, you know, just trying to gather information with this guy kind of around the map, you know, see maybe all Loud pushing out, right? Just get that information across the map, EDG, as kind of these three would travel together. And, well, this time, Loud managed to find a way to punish this, as you will now see.
Tower, as the three players from EDG close in. Almost mirroring that, Loud on the other side by Dish, Nobody. The off angle was good for him. They had no idea. Oh, not good enough on the shot. Aspas.
But now let's come to the other side of the map and focus on this battle here between Sadak and these three players from EDG. And we really need to talk about Loud's comp here, because Loud are running a pretty bizarre comp. It's a no Sentinel comp. It's kind of a mix of, like, you know, the Navi kind of old FPX Omen Viper stuff and kind of the old Optic stuff with the, you know, the Neon Breach KO. It's kind of a fusion of those two comps, but it doesn't have a traditional Sentinel, and that is going to be a problem in this round. And I think, honestly, you know, this comp, as Loud have played it more and more, kind of has been, you know, somewhat exposed somewhat for, you know, some of the weaknesses it has for not running a Sentinel. Because as we'll see here, when these guys are starting to come down towards, you know, Arcade, Sadak is jump peeking it, and EDG fire off a couple shots, and you see they ping him there as well. So Sadak comes and retreats as they were firing shots off at him, right? And he doesn't really go and re-swing it at all. But Kang just walks past him. You know, he just walks in. And so at this point, already they're in a lot of danger, and you'll see that, you know, even though Loud obviously got this first kill, as we saw, you know, Kang has just walked past Sadak, and Les has no idea, because Les is tasked with dealing with B main, and so Kang just walks in onto the side to him and manages to get a crucial kill at a crucial time.
Oh, not good enough on the shot. Aspas quicker on the adjustment. But look who's slipping further ahead. Kang's found so much space! He's even got a little bit of cover to play with as well!
So, Kang, as we just saw, got that kill on Les just there, just as he was about to Viper's Pit, and this Viper's Pit is probably coming in as a reaction to the Aftershock and the utility coming in towards Sadak, who now has to move. Now, as we run this forward, again, as Kang gets that kill, you see that Sadak is in kind of a lot of trouble here. He's, you know, kind of trapped alone now, and what we've got is this kind of pinch, right? Obviously, Kang can see that Sadak is here, so up comes Smoggy, and now, you know, it looks like Sadak is about to kill Kang, but then we're going to get Smoggy on this trade, and so we're going to end up in a 4v3. The spike is going to go down, and then we're going to end up in a situation where Loud managed to get a spam kill and bring us back into a 3v3.
Ferocious approach. The flash connects. Oh, but Smoggy, the timing on the save. Perfect. Sadak deleted. The site is all theirs.
There's nobody peeking for info.
So we've ended up in our 3v3 now, and Loud are about to go for this breach ult onto the site. They're going to send in an Omen flash and send Aspas running in just here. The problem is, for them, is that no one's really going to get hit by that ult, and as we run this forward, you'll see that EDG are about to win a very, very important fight. Really the fight that wins the round, and that is when Kalenzin's going to get onto the spike just here, and he's going to tap the spike, and now we're going to get Haodong, who's going to swing out, and this smoke is going to fade at a pretty bad time here for Loud. You'll see we basically just get this kill as I think this smoke is fading, And so Howdong kills Cowanzine, and that's really, really important because it also is going to give Howdong his ult just there. So Howdong picks up the ult from that kill, and that is absolutely massive because now not only do EDG know that, you know, the spike is cleared, no one's on the spike, but now they also have a Brim ult. So these two now, Chichu and Kankan, can just kind of chill, right? Kankan's in a position where you're kind of wondering like, oh, we might need to peek through the smoke, but not anymore. You know, now they can just kind of chill and wait things out a bit more, and that puts EDG in a much better position.
For it, Howdong's going to find Cowanzine, and Kankan just waiting this out in the smoke. He knows where Tui's is, or has a fantastic idea of it. And Tui's outdoesn't, even with all of that info for the trades there. An orbital strike almost feels overkill, but Aspas commanding a lot of respect here. Another tap on the spike. Chichu the willing first man to challenge. And EDG not doing loud.
And now let's come to round number 18, the next full buy round for both teams. And you can see here that we're going to get a big battle. Okay, Loud have 4 players here, and they're going to go for a B main kind of aggressive push out here, where they're going to stun down here. They're going to send in the KO flash. They're going to send in a neon stun down here. They're going to smoke. It's like, you know, your kind of classic B main stuff. And again, Loud's comp, you know, you don't have that Sentinel, which again causes kind of multiple problems where you kind of have to be proactive because you don't have any information, but also you don't have any information on what's coming behind you either. It's kind of, it kind of causes quite a few problems, I think, on this map, not having a Sentinel. But anyway, they're going to go for this, but this was a major theme of this game, okay, that Loud on the first map as well. Anytime they tried to fight as a team, anytime there was a big team fight like this, EDG seemed like they were winning it. It happened constantly on Lotus towards the A site when Loud were on defense, and this is another really good example where EDG are good at fighting. That's what they're really good at. And so you'll see that even with basically just a stim beacon and 1 stun back from them, you know, they don't send nearly as much utility as Loud did. They're able to just win these fights and then, you know, end up winning this round as well as Tui's and Les end up in a pretty bad situation.
Again, it's risky when you see the stack of funds that EDG has sat on.
Speak of stack, we saw Loud trying this against EG a couple of times and actually worked out well. This time, not so much. EDG all too prepared, all too aware of what Loud tried to do. Read him like a book. Might just well shut this chapter. He's trying to hold him back all by himself, but he's got a flood against him. 3 players now making up by main, spotted out again, forced out of here. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. EDG are at the door, and the site's going to be theirs too. Les has nothing to say about this. He can creep close, but to make impact happen would be almost unthinkable. Change my mind, Les. It ain't gonna happen. EDG tying things up now, 9 apiece.
And now let's come to round number 20, another very crucial round in this game. And in this one, again, we've got nobody just up towards the top side of the map on his own. And I would be interested in hearing kind of the Loud, you know, some of their thoughts on this one, because I'm not sure whether they worked out that this was happening a ton or not. And this round kind of gives us a good idea that it's kind of an interesting debate whether they knew what was really going on here. But we just got nobody up towards this dish side again. So he sends out this flash. This time, obviously, it doesn't see anyone. Loud are going for kind of more of an A main presence here, where they got the one way, they got Aspas watching it, and then they got a stun to come, you know, if Aspas sees any danger. But what's about to happen is, having not seen anything on that flash, nobody's going to walk up towards A main. And he's got Seekers, and so he's going to pop the Seekers round about now. And so obviously all 3 of these Seekers are going to come down this way and start coming towards the Loud players. And this is what I would want to know from Loud, because they're about to push out this way, right, into A main. But as we know, they're pushing into 4 people. And they're not only pushing into 4 people, they're also pushing into 4 people in a breach ult, right? So maybe the Seekers made them think like, oh, that's where the bulk of the players are, right? It's a Sky, it's Seekers. That's where your majority of your players are going to be. Makes sense, right? So, you know, as a good kind of counter to that, Loud go, okay, well, we'll push this, you know, hoping that maybe it's just a Killjoy on their own or something like that, right? And in a 3v1, we'll kill the Killjoy. We're about to get a massive trader utility, right? So it's going to be a stun down here, the breach ult, the omen flash, the neon stuns. Loud actually deal with it pretty well, all things considered. And they will get to a state where they manage to get into a 3v3, which, considering, you know, how it was kind of looking, actually isn't too bad.
Seekers invested here by nobody.
Huh. Well, travel relatively far here. Show the aggression. Force the hand of Loud a little. Kankan gonna have to depend on the knight here. Pressure early. Howdong's still alive though. But the gap closed. Do they stick around on this? They do. Loud willing to challenge. And well, falling to it too. Chichu is the one to try and draw that blood out.
So we end up in this 3v3. And as I said, Loud did fairly well with this. and dealt with it overall pretty well. But now we've got Kang with his op, and well, the psychological terror that this man can cause with an attacking op is unlike anyone else. And I think really, if you've ever wanted to see kind of, you know, oh, the benefits of getting an attacking op, Kang has kind of shown that if you have a very good op player, it can be very, very much worth it. And this, again, is just another round where, yeah, you're going to see just that. Because as soon as this door opens and Les knows that he's got an op, yeah, Les ain't sticking around. You know, you ain't sticking around to take this fight because you know he's probably going to kill you. And you'll see as we run this round forward, Kang is just an absolute menace with this weapon.
And still standing. He's hunting him down. He is wanting that one. Would put Les in his grave, but for now, Les stands, slips away to CT. Aspas is waiting on a dirty off angle, middle of no man's land that time. Kang moves forward, spots another, can't find it here. Damage on Les is significant though. He is willing to hold this line, deny anyone trying to take that space back. Yeah, moving away, he wants him dead. Falls away this time as the spike now goes down, finds that next position to lean back to. Nice work from Sadek though, readjusting well. He's got to be careful here. They're ready for him. Oh, he's so ready for him! Kang again dances away, 41 HP. Temptation to swing, it's going to be Chi-Chu to get it. Answering right back, 10-10 now.
Kang is just so slippery.
And then, of course, let's finish with truly one of the most bizarre rounds of Valorant and most outrageous things you'll ever see in a Valorant game here. Which came in round number 22. And, you know, you saw my reaction to it at the start. And yeah, I couldn't really believe what I was seeing. Again, we kind of got, you know, nobody just here, you know, flashing out on this sky. This time QQ is kind of with him, and they're going to go for this A split here. EDG. They're going to avoid a KO knife, which comes from across the map here from Sadek. So they avoid that just there, and they start to then, you know, make their way in. Now, this time, Loud, it kind of looks similar to the last round, right? But this time, Loud are the ones with the breach ult, right? So Loud know that they want to go for this. You know, they know that this is the play they want to go for. And you know, when you've got the breach ult, you don't really mind necessarily if you're outnumbered. But perhaps by this point, they had figured out that the sky, you know, was sometimes acting alone, or maybe, you know, wasn't where the majority of the players were. And so, you know, when they start seeing the sky utility, perhaps they feel like, you know, this is a free kill. As we'll see, though, that is not the case. Now, it must be pointed out that what is about to happen is EDG are about to walk to about, you know, kind of up here. And then we're going to get this breach up from Loud. The thing is, Smoggy manages to get a breach stun of his own in down here. And so you'll see the first one on Aspas, he isn't stunned. But the next two kills, both of those two players are stunned as well. So it's kind of a battle of the stunned for the second and third kill, which is just great by Smoggy. You know, very, very quick reactions to get that stun out. And really, you know, probably did help nobody get those kills. Now, at the end of the round, we'll see Les kind of give it a good go in the kind of, you know, desperate situation. But to be honest, the round was already over, and eventually he would have to just save, and he'd even die. So here we go. We're about to see. They're about to run into a breach ult, and chaos is about to ensue.
So desperately hold them back. But look at that creep on the northern side, closing in. And it's going to be a burst. And they're going to try and overwhelm towards the southern side. It's great from nobody! There's no way! No! There's no way! He's done this! Nobody goes above and beyond. It leaves Loud in pieces on the ground. That was the best fight they had. That was the favorable fight they had.
Les will respond, but this one all but done. Les finds a third, actually.
He needs
a 1v2. 57 HP, but
I don't think he's got time.
No. Time's already passed here. Nobody finds three.
Stunned up, pressured. Smoke just dropped.
I mean, Aspas even slides behind him, so he's got to fully reset to find the first. That's one of the most outrageous things I've ever seen.